वंशी विभूषितकरान् नवनीर्दाभात् पीताम्बरादरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्ठात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Divine souls, Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. We are going through chapter 5, and last week we dealt with verse 4 of that chapter. Let me refresh you. In the verse, Bhagavan says, Sankhya Yoga Prathak Balah Pravadanti na Panditah Ekamapyasthitah Samyak Uvayor Vindate Phalam. Bhagavan says, Arjuna, it is only those ignorants who are not knowledgeable. They think that the path of Sankhya and path of Karma Yoga are different. But not so by those who are Panditah. Pravadanti na Panditah. Those who are learned, they from that knowledge which they have acquired, they do not consider these two paths, paths of Karma Sannyasa, that is Sankhya, and path of Karma Yoga are different. But then how they are not different? In what way they are not different? Mind you, there is a bit of difference too, which Bhagavan will mention to Arjuna. And that how they are not different is mentioned in chapter 5, verse 5. And that's the verse says, Yata Sankhye Prapyate Sthanam Tadyogairapi Gamyate Ekam Sankyam Cha Yogam Cha Yah Pashyati Shapasyati. In so far as the goal is concerned, in so far the aim is concerned, there is no difference. Yat Sankhya Prapte Sthanam, Yat Sthanam, that state which is reached by those who are on the path of Sankhya, Tadyogairapi Gamyate. Those who are on path of Karma Yoga, they also reach the same goal, same state. The supreme state which is reached by the Sankhya Yogi is also attained by the Karma Yogi. So Bhagavan says, Ekam Sankhyam Cha Yogam Cha. There is no difference between Sankhya and Yoga. It is a question of somebody looking, viewing it. This pasyati does not mean looking from the eyes, physical eyes. No, it means knowledge, ज्ञान. जिससे ज्ञान हो गया है, वो सांख्य और योग में अंतर नहीं समझता है. उसके लिए सांख्य वही है, जो योग है. बिकॉज दोनों का रास्ता अलग अलग होने पर भी स्टेट जो पहुंचता है, जो स्थान जो वहां ग्रहण करता है, जो एम उसका है, जो गोल उसका है, उसको प्राप्त करता है, whether he goes through the path. Last week I was trying to mention that if I have to go from my Elk Grove in California to Chicago, I may go by road. It may be long journey, but the goal is reached, whether I go by road or I take a flight. It is question of means and distance, and differences may be in that way. But my aim is to reach Chicago, and I can reach whether I go by road or whether I go by flight. Now, moving ahead, what is the difference then? Is there a difference or no difference? There is slight difference, because the path, when I go by road, it may take long time, it may be hazardous, but going through the flight, it may be easy, it may not be of that distress. So the question is, one is with distress and other is without distress. And this is exactly the same thing as Bhagavan has talked about in chapter 12. That one path, the path of looking at avyakta, performing भगवान की पूजा अव्यक्त की हो या भगवान की मूर्ति की पूजा हो. Puja, both are worship. You are on the path of bhakti yoga. But it is hard to worship without the idol in front of you, without the form in front of you. If you have a form, it may be easy. That's what Bhagavan is saying in this verse also, with regards to these two paths, paths of karma yogi and path of sannyasa. Sannyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayogatah yoga yukto munir brahma nachirena digachati. So very clearly Bhagavan is saying. And why he is saying this? That one path is a bit hard to attain, because he has replied in verse 2. If you remember, in verse 2, he has mentioned, Arjuna, you have asked me whether you should take the path of sannyasa or karma, and certainly I will tell you that the path of karma yoga is superior to that of sannyasa. So it is question of superior to, one is easier to follow, other is hard to follow. So what is the point here? Bhagavan is saying that sannyasastu mahabaho dukkham aptu ayogata. Ayogata means those who have not gone through the path of karma yoga. For them to follow the path of sannyasa is dukkham aptu, is hard to attain, is having some difficulty. He may find it difficult to follow. While yoga yukta, the one who has gone through the path of karma yoga, for him it is easier. Nachirenad is easier without losing much time. Achirenadi gachati. He is Brahma, he attained Brahma. Sannyasa, Arjuna, the one is hard to attain for whom? Those who have not gone through the path of karma yoga. But one who is adept in karma yoga, Brahma is quickly reached, quickly attained by the one who has gone through the path of karma yoga. Now see what happens. Often you will find that from your neighborhood, somebody has decided to leave the house and go to Himalayas to perform. विरक्ति हो गई, मुझे, मैं घर में नहीं रहना चाहता हूँ. Now he has gone there, fine. Maybe through practice he evolves. Maybe he develops some knowledge, some jnana, but since he has not experienced enough of hardship through going through the worldly life, he may not have sharpened, he might not have purified his mind and sharpened it so as to grasp the knowledge of Brahma or knowledge of sannyasa. He may find it difficult. And then what happens? He falters. He is neither this way nor there. It has been the experience of among us also. We might have seen somebody coming to the plane having practiced in caves for many years. When he lands up at say he comes to the Allahabad for Sangam Snan. संगम स्नान में चले आते हैं बहुत सारे लोग, जो योगी लोग सिद्ध लोग होते हैं वे भी चले आते हैं स्नान करने के लिए. उनको लगता है ये समय में गंगा स्नान करने से पुण्य ज्यादा मिलेगा. Now suddenly somebody is coming and उस भीड़ में किसी ने धक्का दे दिया और गिर गया जमीन पर. वो अगर धक्का दे दिया जमीन पर गिर गए, ही डांटना शुरू करते हैं, अरे तुमने देखा नहीं हम महात्मा आदमी हैं, तुमने ढकेल दिया मुझे, मैं गिर गया. वो व्यक्ति कहता है, अरे महात्मा जी आप सचमुच महात्मा नहीं है. अगर महात्मा होते तो आपको क्या गुस्सा आता? आपको गुस्सा आ गया. Because he had not experienced, he has been remaining he has following the path, he has following the life of solitude, and he has not experienced roughness of people rubbing against each other. But once he lands at home, he finds himself in a place where he has to go through certain distress in life, and he falters there. So the question is, somebody who has not practiced karma yoga and purified himself, he will find it hard to be in this life of sannyasa. Now, the whole thing is in purification of mind. When you have why it is difficult, dukkham aptu, why it is difficult? The difficulty is that the person has not purified his mind and intellect, and as such, desire comes to him. He has cravings, and with that craving, he has distractions. Because of distraction, he is not able to concentrate and meditate and follow the life of a sannyasi and attain that goal which he wants to attain. Examples are given. A child who is so much attached to TV serials, TV programs, if you tell him to come and do the table, arithmetic table, he will be running towards the TV. His mind will be moving between TV and his book. So he will not be able to concentrate. That is the example of a kid. What about higher souls? It is said that once Lord Shiva was talking to Ma Sati and giving her the knowledge of Brahma. जो ब्रह्म का ज्ञान सती को दे रहे थे भगवान शंकर, लेकिन सती का ध्यान कहाँ था? आकाश पर. वो आकाश पर से एक के बाद एक लोग जा रहे थे यज्ञ में. उनके पिता ने यक्ष ने बुलाया था यज्ञ, उसमें वो जा रहे थे ऊपर से वायुयान के रास्ते से. तो सती भगवान शंकर पूछते हैं, अरे सती मैं ब्रह्म की बात कर रहा हूं, आप कहाँ हो? This distraction certainly was an obstacle in her path of getting a Brahma knowledge. उसके बाद क्या हुआ? You all know the story about it. So even at the highest level, if you have not concentration of mind and if your mind is not purified, you are not focused. So if your mind is not purified, you will not be able to focus yourself. And that is beautifully given in verse 11 of chapter 18. Nahi deha brata sakyam त्यक्तुं कर्माण्य शेषतः यस्तु कर्म फल त्यागी satyagityavidiyate. It is not possible for the embodied beings to give up all actions entirely. This is chapter 18. Bhagavan says that कर्म का अंश अगर पूर्णतया उसे नहीं विलीन कर दिया जाता है कर्म योग के द्वारा, तो व्यक्ति किसी न किसी क्षण थोड़ा सा भी कर्म रह जाता है। अगर वो कर्म के फल की ओर ध्यान दे तो ये हो सकता है कि कर्म के फल को रिनाउंस कर दे। There are two things I am talking about. One is karma itself and other is karma phala. It is very, very difficult to completely get rid of the attachment to the or involvement with karma, because that is associated with ego. With ego, vasana, little bit is remaining. You are not completely able to get rid of the karma. But if you practice, it is possible. Yastu karma phala tyagi satyagita vidiyate. It is possible to concentrate on getting rid of attachment with fruit of action. So two things I'm talking about here. One is to be totally get disconnected from karma itself, and other is disconnected with the karma phala. In this chapter, in this verse, Bhagavan is saying that for karma yogi, one should be able to renounce the fruit of action, and if one is able to do that, then he can become a sannyasi. So the question here is, for a karma sannyasi, if you are able to offer your karma to Bhagavan, take hold of Bhagavan as भगवान के चरणों में कर्म को समर्पित कर दो, भगवान के चरणों में कर्म फल को समर्पित कर दो, without expectation of any fruit. Then what happened? Gradually, what ego you had, what vasana you had, you will get rid of the vasana. मैं और मेरा जो दिन रात में लगे रहते हैं, one is able to get rid of that vasana one after another. They are able to get rid of vasana and improve oneself in so far concentrating towards Bhagavan. So भगवान का सहारा लेकर कर्म योगी कर्म से और कर्म फल दोनों से उद्धार पा सकता है. So at the moment, let me stop here. I have reached my 5:30 time here. So in this verse, again, stressing the point, it is difficult for the person who has not gone through the karma yoga to be able to get the stage of karma sannyasa. It is easier for a karma sannyasi to get rid of the impurities and concentrate on Brahma and reach the goal of attainment of Bhagavan. Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Gurudev.